Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and apologies again, this is a page from quite a while ago. As I've said recently, I've got very behind with editing my videos. I think we've just got some ones from the like a couple of months ago that I've not edited yet. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this page on there, probably posted as a still. So yeah, I thought I'd still share it anyway because it's quite a fun page to create. So I'm in the large craft journal, and I am going to be creating a pocket with cut out letters in it. So when I say cut out letters, I'm cutting out around the letters. So technically the letters are still there. Yes. So you notice that I have got 2 pages in the journal and I have cut them down. I've cut like on an angle. I've cut across the page to create a pocket shape, and then I am just marking in where my text is going to go using this stencil from Dina Wakley. This is the Alpha block stencil and mask set, I think, is brilliant for doing things like this. It's really quite impactful. It's a great size. And then what I'm going to do is I've created a border around this pocket as well, and then I'm just cutting these the spaces in between the letters away. So now that's all cut out, I'm just going to add a thin layer of clear gesso onto my letters that I've cut out. I've got a piece of paper underneath just so that I don't print through onto the page behind. So I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, that the reason I'm doing this is because I'm using scribble stick colours on my letters, and the pages in the large craft journal are very porous and just seem to soak up any pigment that you put onto them, and I really wanted the colours to be vibrant and strong, so adding this clear gesso helps that to happen. It kind of seals the page and means that the pigments in the scribble sticks work better on the surface. So I'm just then going in with rainbow colours and colouring in the letters, and then just water activating them just so that I can move those pigments around a little bit and just make it a bit softer so you can't see the kind of scribbly marks. And I'm blending the colours together a little bit too. So I'm pressing on quite hard while I'm adding the pigments onto the letters too. As Dina says, these work brilliantly, but you do have to be quite generous with the way you apply the colour onto the page. So I've used ruby, tangerine, lemon, lime, same colours as I always use when I'm doing a rainbow. This one is actually, that looks like peacock. Goodness, I've actually not used turquoise. And then blackberry. They're so pretty, aren't they, these colours? They're so bright. and then magenta. Just pressing on super hard. And you notice I'm just dabbing my brush off on the kitchen towel in my hand, just because whilst I want some water to play with, I don't want it to be completely drowning my page. So I am just getting a little bit of the excess. And then I think that one was fuchsia that I've just finished with for that last letter. Okay, so once those were done, I gave it a dry. And then I am going around the edge, around the border. Sorry about the wobbly camera. It's just at my head height, so every now and again I do tend to sort of nut it. Makes it wobble around. So sorry about that. I'm just going in with some black gesso, just painting around the border. So using black really makes those colours pop even more. I think it's just the contrast looks really nice. I'm pretty sure white would work just as well too, but I think I quite like the black. It's quite striking. So I'm still just working on this page at the front at the minute. I've got that piece of paper underneath to protect the pages behind, just so that I'm not spreading marks and paint everywhere. Okay, so then I gave that a good dry, and then I am outlining the letters using a black gel pen. You see it started misbehaving. I think that must have been that the page wasn't quite dry. Really, really annoying. Yeah, just having to scribble it off on that little paper plate on the right hand side just to get rid of the paint that it had collected in the end of the pen nib. A little tip, just make sure that your page is completely dry before you go in with your pens, because you'll completely stop them working if your page isn't dry. And you can see I'm really, really struggling now. Yeah, just give it a good dry, and if you can leave it a little while to dry, or give it a good blast with a heat tool, that's even better. So just outlining those letters. I'm doing quite scribbly outlining. I'm not worried about keeping it looking neat and tidy, because I like the way that it looks when it's a bit more free. So now I'm just going in with some splatters over the top of the letters and around the border too. I love to use a bit of a splatter in my work, and just using some white paint for that. So then once that's dry, I'm going in on the page behind and just adding, this is sand, I'm just adding a bit of colour on the background here, and you can see that really helps those letters to stand out even more as well. So I'm just pulling that down pretty much to the edges, but not worrying too much about it, because obviously it's going to create a pocket. From the front you're not going to see those edges really, because two parts are going to be stapled together. So this is the floor tile stencil, and I've gone in here with a syrup, just added a little bit of stenciling behind those, and then this is the Done Is Better stencil, and here I'm just using a bit of umber and going in adding a little bit of text stenciling. So that's really starting to come together. So then I'm just stapling those two pieces together, and that's how they're going to just slot in there. Look, so it's quite nice because it's a pocket where you can see what's inside. You can see through the letters. So I'm going to be creating on a tag that I've just used up some leftover rainbow colours on. I've just stamped one of the squared faces from the squared stamp set onto some collage paper, and I'm just cutting that out, and I'm going to stick that onto the tag. So I think I have pretty much cut the box away around the face. So I've cut the face out in effect, and I've stuck it down, and now I'm just using a Stabilo oil pencil, and I'm drawing in almost like a paper doll type of shape, like a rough figure, and pulling those lines out using a water brush. The Stabilo All pencils are a fabulous tool when it comes to doing work like this. And then I'm just using a piece of Dina's collage paper, sticking that on the body, and then a quote from the Strong Men set, which I'm stamping onto craft, a piece of the craft that I actually cut out of my journal, and just sticking that onto the tag over the top of the body. I've added some dots on there as well, black and white dots onto the tag. Just giving them a good press down. And then oh yeah, I've got a piece of a white fabric. Oops, these are some Tim Holtz stencils, and I'm just using this one, which I think is called Dotted, I think, but I'm not sure. A little bit of black gesso, and I'm just stenciling through onto the fabric to create my own sort of custom ribbon to put through the tag. This is a really quick way to make your own ribbon. Not even particularly worried about whether it stencils brilliantly. It doesn't matter if it's blotchy. Using a makeup sponge to stencil through as well. So then once that's been stenciled, I gave it a quick dry, and then I'm just going to thread that through the tag. Well, doesn't that look cool? It's really nice to create your own custom ribbon as well. I really like how that looks through the top of the tag. Okay, so then it's just slotting into that little pocket that I've created. So this was really fun to do. It's a great way to create an interactive journal page, creating a pocket with cut out letters as the front of your pocket. It's a really fun thing to do. Give it a try. It's great. And then using a tag as my bit of journaling space. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.